Hello everyone, today we are going to discuss a learning disability, dysgraphia. Dysgraphia is a language learning disability. Language learning means which help us in learning languages. And this is such kind of disability because of which learner is not able to learn languages properly. Languages, as you know, they can be used as a communicative tool as well as they also help us in comprehension. They help us to understand what the other person is saying and they also help us to form our opinion. So, that means if a learner is having language difficulty, then he may be having some difficulty in understanding and comprehension as well as he may be having difficulty in forming his own opinion, because psychologically, as we say, that we think in words. So, if we are not able to understand the real meaning of a word, or if we are not able to pronounce a word properly, if you are not able to know the grammar rules, then the other person with whom we are communicating will not be able to understand our point. And what are disabilities that we are going to discuss in this topic? So, this topic is mainly focused on improving our understanding about what are learning disabilities, how they are different from learning difficulties, because sometimes we use this word learning difficulty and sometimes we use learning disability. So, in this lesson I will try to clarify these differences and we will also try to understand that what dysgraphia in particular it is. In my previous lesson which I did on dyscalculia, there also I have discussed about learning disabilities. So, this lesson is in continuation with that, because there I have discussed a different kind of learning disability, dyscalculia, which is related to learning of mathematics, and in this series I will be discussing about language learning disability. So, as I said that languages, they can be oral, spoken as well as they can be written. So, there are different types of learning disabilities which are associated with oral communication and with written communication. Dysgraphia is a disability which is related to written word or the text. Now, as far as our academic content is concerned, academic skills, they are more focused on development of comprehension, expression and arithmetic. Right? We can say that our academic skills, they are developing basically these three skills. Now, out of these three, comprehension and expression, they are related to languages, because if you are not able to understand the language of the speaker, you will not be able to understand what the other person is saying, and when you have to communicate, you have to form your own expression. So, that is why language learning disabilities, they are very important. Now, out of comprehension we can say that is basically developed by reading and listening. Reading and listening, and you can say speaking also, because listening and speaking go hand in hand. Comprehension, it is developed by reading and listening speaking activities, whereas expression is of two forms. It may be oral expression or it may be written expression. Oral expression means when you do some verbal activities, when you communicate with someone orally. And written means when you write down something in the form of text. Words are related to both oral and written, and sentence formation is also related to both. So, certain grammar rules, they are followed in written as well as oral communication or expression. As far as arithmetic is concerned, this is related to numbers and calculations. Now, when a learner is having certain learning disability, he will show a wide gap in expectation as per his other capabilities and his performance or the outcome, because he is having some disability in doing any one of these three activities. And in certain certain learning disabilities, we see that it may be a mix of many learning disabilities too. As far as oral or expression disability is concerned, that is called as dyslexia. And when we talk about written learning disability, then that is called as dysgraphia. So, I hope now you are able to understand that where dysgraphia is going to fit in. So, what is dysgraphia? Dysgraphia is a language learning disability which is related to written expression. And because in our academic system, written expression is very important, because all our academic activities, they are based on listening and speaking, and understanding is developed based on this. And our examination system is also such like that we have to judge a learner's achievement on the written work. So, that is why dysgraphia is very important. Of course, nowadays there are so many apps are available, so many other tools are available, by which if you are not able to write or if you do not feel like writing, then you can use those apps and you can type the material also. But even then, written expression is still very important. And the problem is not only with the writing, that is the physical activity, it is also with the organization of thought. As far as written communication or written word is concerned, we see that who can be a good writer? It depends upon his penmanship skills. And what are these penmanship skills? Which help you to write well. For writing well, you need to know three things very well. First, of course, you need to know the language, because language will provide you the words, the grammar, the sentence formation, so that whatever you are writing, they are understood by others, because they are also following the same rules which you are following for writing them. And second thing is that you need to know how to write, that is the physical activity. So, for physical activity, you must have well developed muscles, you have to know how to write, you should have enough practice of that, so that your muscular activity is good. And third thing, that you should be able to organize your thought. By combining all these three, we can be good writers, or we can write well. If we know the language well, if we can write the word well and if we can organize our thought well. What happens to a person who is having dysgraphia? His efficiency or his capacity to do any one of these three or all of three may be affected, because he will not be able to understand words, he may not be understanding grammar rules, he may not be understanding capitalization, where to put a question mark, how to write the word, what should be the word spacing, what is the conventional form of writing an alphabet, or his writing may not be consistent. So, because of that, what he is writing, you will not be able to understand that, because that will be deviating from the normal language. Second, maybe he is not able to form the letters correctly, because his muscles or bones are not working properly, his muscular activity is not that strong that he can write them well, and he may not be able to organize his thought. For example, when we are writing an essay or when we are writing a letter or when we are forming a story, there is always a beginning, always a middle part, and always there is some end. Now, a person who is suffering from dysgraphia may not be able to organize the thought, that which one should be written first, which one should be written second, and so on. So, though all elements may be present in the written text, but they will be disorganized. Now, if you look at these three, then what we can see, that there is need of memory, because whatever words you have learned, whatever grammar rules you have learned, whatever sentence structure you have learned, that you need to know. So, that means memory is important, physical activity, that means the kinesthetic skills are important, and organizing thought is the activity of brain, that means the cognitive skills are also involved. So, that means that as far as this written work is concerned, all skills which we use for learning, they will be involved, and there may be fault in any one of them or all of them, as far as we are talking about dysgraphia. Now, what happens, that in my previous video I discussed about bad handwriting. We as teachers and now as parents also, because many of the children, they are going to study at home. So, it is very important that mothers or parents, they also know this very well, so that they are not unduly pressurizing their children for improvement without knowing the cause, right. Of course, it is our duty to improve our children, but we should know that why the child is not able to do well, because dysgraphia is usually seen in small children in the form of bad handwriting, but all bad handwritings cannot be called as dysgraphia. Dysgraphia is a special kind of learning disability, where what the child is writing is illegible and you are not able to understand what he is writing. It is so faulty that you are not able to read it. Because when we talk about good handwriting, when we say that this handwriting is good or bad, it may be a very subjective opinion, right? Because then you are comparing the sample with some sample in your mind which you have seen of good handwriting, and it will depend whether you call the same handwriting good or bad. A handwriting is good if it is fitting into that pattern, and may be bad if it is not fitting into that particular image which you are having in your mind. Now, when we talk about dysgraphia, that means that in no way you can call that handwriting good. you may see that the learner has written some alphabets in reverse direction. For example, usually we write D like this, but you may find him writing D like this, and very easily he will be confusing B with D. Similarly, you may see usually C we write like this, but the learner with this disability may be writing it like this, S like this, and so on. And because of that, you are not able to read it. Another very characteristic feature is that whenever we are writing words, there is some space between two words. As you see, I have left some space here. That is the usual pattern. But dysgraphic learner, they may be writing these alphabets together. For example, maybe you may see it like or something like this. Now it is very difficult to read that where one word is ending and where the other word is starting. Imagine if the whole text is written like this. You will not be able to see any sentence structure in this. There may be fault in putting the punctuation marks also. Maybe they are not putting it all together, or they may be putting it at a wrong place. There may be fault in capitalization also. Capitalization means there is a rule for capitalization in English, that we write the first letter of the sentence as capital. Whereas these learners, they may not be doing it like that. You may be reading something where it is written as something like this. Some alphabets written capital, some small. So because of, if you see that the notebook of your child looks something like this, then maybe he is having dysgraphia, right? So that is a kind of, I am just giving you some example that how to distinguish it from bad handwriting. In bad handwriting, you may see that the child has written carelessly, but in dysgraphia, you will see that he is not writing it in the correct format, and even after many corrections or many practices, he may not be able to understand this. So this is about how dysgraphia looks like in your child's notebook.